check.
Good morning, CSL family. How y'all doing? Are you guys warm and cozy? No? He said no. Well, it's warm and cozy in here. That's what we like. All right, so we're going to stand up and sing our opening song, which is Spirit is in this place. So let's sing out joyfully. Here we go. Hey.
Well, all right. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing on this cold winter day? All right. Thank you for showing up. We really appreciate you. Good morning. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Juan Carlos. All right. That's right. This is, I like this. Change is good, right? We got our setup. The chairs are different. We're all kind of closer. Kind of feels like a little bit more intimate this morning, right? So I'll tell you what, let's be intimate. I invite you to turn to someone next to you, and I want you to repeat after me. Turn to someone next to you and repeat this. I see you. I know who you really are. You are a unique expression of spirit. You are one with all that spirit is. I thank God for you. Life is good. Spirit is in this place. And so it is. That's what I'm talking about, right? So there's a lot of ways to stay connected and informed about all the things that are going on here. You can follow us. We don't have slides today, as you can see, so you got imagine some slides up here. But if anybody's tuning in online too, they already know as well because they're already on our social medias, right, and on our Facebook page. So we have Facebook, we have YouTube, we got Instagram, we have our website, cslftl.org. You can watch by pressing the live stream tab, and you can also download our app listed as Center for Spiritual Living FL, which stands for Fort Lauderdale. And if you feel spirit in this place and you haven't already done so, invite someone to come and check it out, right? Invite someone to come in and see us so they can feel the spirit as well, right? Yes? All right, and so it is. I only have a couple announcements. So our consistent offerings that happen pretty regularly, most of you probably know them already. We have Reiki, Energy Healing. We have our CSL Book Club. We have the Abundance Circle. We have the Wisdom Circle. And some of these meet weekly, some meet every month. But please check the website and the app for dates and times. So Spiritual Living Circles have changed their meeting day and time. It now meets every Sunday morning before Sunday service, 9:30 a.m. to 10:15 in the community room. So come and check that out, the new time. And that is facilitated by Carl Gustafson. And in those meetings, participants will read from and discuss the 365 Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. Okay? Does that sound good? Yeah? All right. All right, we got our carpets cleaned this week, right? Thank you, thank you. They still need a little bit of love, but we ask you to please, please bring only water into the sanctuary, okay? No food, no other drinks, only water, okay? Everybody agreed? Yes. All right, thank you. All right, so you all see the beautiful set, right? Who's seen the show? Make some noise if you see it. Make some noise. All right. I haven't seen it yet. I'll be here next Saturday to check it out. So Upside Down, our musical theater production, presented by Arts at CSL, right here on the stage. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, John. Thank you, all the volunteers, all the actors, everybody who's working on and putting this thing together. I only hear good things so far. If you love this show, make some noise for me right now. So opening night was 2 nights ago, and we had 2 more shows yesterday. So that's 3 shows down, and there's 6 shows left to go over the next 2 consecutive weekends. So shows are on Friday nights at 8 p.m. We have Saturday matinee at 2 p.m. and then Saturday nights at 8 p.m. Please buy tickets today online or through our website or at guest services in the lobby, and we'll see you there if you haven't already come, all right? All right, so announcements are done. Now we get to do our intention statement. We'll see if you guys know it without the slide, right? I normally don't speak to the mic when I say it because I want to hear you guys, but I will speak to the mic in case you need to follow. So I invite you all to stand. We're going to say the intention statement together, right? Intention statement is who we are, and how we intend to show up in the world, all right? After we say that, I invite you to give your neighbor some more love, a hug, a high five, a smile, whatever works for you, okay? All right. So, CSL Fort Lauderdale, who are we? We are an abundant, loving, and diverse spiritual community dedicated to personal growth, healing, and service. All right. Y'all get an A.
feels like a recalibration. And the response from the tuning forks of our body, our inner bones, when there is a right frequency, a right vibration that just settles us. So we get to settle into this now moment. We get to become still and listen as we are with our meditation time. We'll be doing 10 minutes of meditation. I invite you to put your phones on silent if you haven't already. This is a time where we get to be present to that which is moving in our own being and become so aware and so immersed in this now moment. It's in this now moment that we live and experience life. It's in this now moment that wisdom reveals itself to us. That clarity is like that light bulb that turns on. It's in this now moment that we encounter the divine. Dr. Ferd will be leading us in our meditation today.
Good morning, everybody. I invite you all, if you feel so, close your eyes and let's take a deep breath. Let's get centered in that life energy that is in each one of us. That is the life energy that is everywhere present, and it's the life energy that we call forth today at this time. Let's feel the warmth of the life energy of the Spirit in our hearts, in our souls, in our body, as we continue in this meditation to recognize the truth in our beings and accept the divine essence in all of us. wonderful and how grateful I am for this moment. This moment in which all celebrate truth, celebrate life, celebrate us and a community of like-minded individuals, all connected by the divine essence of God, of a spirit of good. So today, I declare and affirm that we are open and receptive to feel, to know, to accept the truth of our beings. That we're open and receptive to hear the message by Reverend Tina that brings us to the awareness of life, of the essence in us that is here for us and through us, allowing life to happen with ease, with joy, with acceptance, and always knowing that all the blessings, all what we want, all what we need has been already been given, because it's our divine inheritance. So with great gratitude, we accept, we release this truth to the law, knowing that it's already been accepted, manifested in our consciousness, and therefore expressed in our day, in our lives, for which we all say with gratitude, and so it is.
Hello, hello. Gotcha. So it is the first of the month. It's February 1st, our first Sunday of the month. And it is our Flames of Faith Sunday. So once again, you can bring those beautiful images to mind as we talk about all of the different faiths that we're honoring today. So the Center for Spiritual Living Fort Lauderdale is a member community of Centers for Spiritual Living, a global organization with member communities across North and South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, and Australia. We are a spiritual community that respects and honors all faiths that seek to create a better world. We know that there's no wrong way to acknowledge divine presence, whether by lighting a candle, chanting a mantra, offering a prayer. We respect and honor all paths that call us to greater awareness of spirit. This morning, we celebrate the diversity in religious practices with our ceremony known as the Flames of Faith. The candle is lit for the Tao, to honor the disciplined path of heavenly order, the natural way. The candle is lit for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and spiritual practices of all indigenous people. The candle is lit for Hinduism, to honor the spiritual path of divine self-awareness, balance, and harmony. The candle is lit for Judaism, to honor the path of devotion to one God. The candle is lit for Buddhism, to honor the Four Noble Truths and the way of compassion. The candle is lit for Christianity, to honor the Christ consciousness alive within us all. The candle is lit for Islam, to honor the path of peaceful submission to the will of God. The candle is lit for the Baha'i faith, to honor the spiritual unity of humankind. The candle is lit for our own faith, new thought, ageless wisdom, to honor the metaphysical path and the practice of universal spiritual principles. And our final candle is lit for peace, and for our sacred appreciation of all faiths and all spiritual principles and practices throughout the world. And so it is.
I hope that the world stops raining, stops turning its back on the young. See, nobody here is blameless. I hope that we can fix all that we've done. I really hope Martin can see this. I hope that we still have a dream. I'm hoping that change isn't hopeless. I'm hoping to start it with me. I just hope I'm not the only one. I just hope I'm not the only one. I hope we start seeing forever instead of what we can gain in a day. I hope we start seeing each other, 'cause don't we all bleed the same? I really hope someone can hear me, that a child doesn't bear the weight of a gun. Hope I find the voice within me to scream at the top of my lungs. I just hope I'm not the only one. I just hope I'm not the only one. Louder, I cannot hear you. How can things be led a breath unsaid? Call me a dreamer, but it seems like dreams are all that we've got left. I hope we still have a heartbeat. I hope we don't turn to stone at night when you turn the lights off. I hope you don't cry alone. I hope we stop taking for granted all of the land and all of the sea. I'm taking a chance on loving. I hope that you take it with me. I just hope I'm not the only one. I just hope I'm not the only one. I just hope I'm not the only one.
Thank you, Christina. And you're not the only one. She's not the only one, right? Right? No. We're all here. Well, good morning. Hello. It's so wonderful to look out and to see you. I'm very impressed. I wouldn't be here if I didn't have to be. It's cold. That's why. Well, yes, this coat might come off, but I don't have many times to wear it. So I might get a little warm and it might come off, but I said, let me put it on today. But yeah, the reason I wouldn't be here is, our AC unit this year, the heat doesn't work. So we luckily have a little electric blanket, so I was in my bed under the blanket, sticking my foot out going, I don't want to go. So, but I'm here and I'm grateful to be here. So this month, it's February. We have a theme for this month. I wanted to let you know as a community that I decided to move in alignment with the CSL themes, the global themes through CSL. So they put out global themes. The global theme for the whole year is open at the top. Ernest Holmes says, that we get to remain open at the top, and that means we get to keep growing beyond what is known and what's comfortable. And February's theme is embracing the edge. To me, that is absolutely in alignment with one of our core values. So we have 7 core values here at the Center for Spiritual Living, Fort Lauderdale. They're love, oneness, abundance, healing, spiritual growth, service, and diversity. So embracing the edge is all about spiritual growth, because embracing the edge is about pushing beyond the boundaries of our belief systems and our comfort zones, individually and collectively. And so we're going to spend each month breaking down the topics in 4 different ways: the inner personal, the outer personal, the inner collective, and the outer collective. So today's talk title is called Living on the Inner Edge. This is about introspection. It's about exploration. It's about observation. It's about examination, right? The inner world. What is my inner edge? And first we get to look at, where do I operate? What is the status of my being? Where am I at already in this moment on the mental, spiritual, emotional, and physical expressions of my being? So the edge. Many definitions of the edge. So the edge can be just the outside of an object, right? The surface. It can be a place or a part that's the farthest away of the center of something. It's a point immediately before something possibly unpleasant or possibly momentous. People who have an edge seem to have a sharp quality or an advantage. Someone on the edge can be tense, nervous, irritable. And a personality type that's edgy is big and bold and intense or unconventional. It's important that we break down words before we dive into what it is we're talking about, because it's all semantics, right? I realized I was having a conversation with JC the other day, and the conversation led to an argument. And the reason is I was using a definition of the word, and he was using a different definition of the word. And then finally, I was like, I'm hitting my head against the wall here. Why don't you understand me? And I was like, what do you think I mean by this word? And then we realized we had different meanings. I was like, how simple is that? How simple it is to understand the meaning that we give something, and to understand that other people outside of us are possibly giving a different meaning to the same thing, and we're thinking we don't even see eye to eye, but we have a different definition. So it was a huge aha moment for me that I hope to continue to practice, so we don't have to get into those intense conversations again and again. But living on the inner edge, the importance of this inner edge is to know that everything that we do in this world, even though we're experiencing a world that's out here, everything is happening within us. This inner side, the inner state of our own being. Because what I experience out there, it's colored by my filters. It comes through my brain processes. It comes through my perspectives. It comes through my belief systems, my judgments, my opinions. It's colored. So I get to really understand, what is the atmosphere of my inner being? What is the atmosphere of your inner being? We get to explore that this week as we move beyond this talk and we implement it. As we talked all last month, we talked about the science of mind, right? It's not just a mental theory, it is a practice. So it's not just about coming here on Sunday and being like, yeah, I feel good, that was great, I feel good. It's about implementing it in our life. So we get to be with this awareness of our inner edge, the inner atmosphere of our being. We're looking at the outer weather. What's the inner weather? Do I want to be in here, in my own being of my own self? So we are also in February. It's Black History Month. It's also, yes, give me a round of applause for that. Acknowledging the individuals that have come and given themselves to this world, that have moved past their own inner edge, right? That have moved past this idea of what society says was freedom, was possible, what was set as a limit and a barrier and a wall of their existence, and they broke free. So many individuals. This is also the season for nonviolence. Started on January 30th. It runs until April 4th. It honors the death of Gandhi, January 30th, and the death of Martin Luther King. And it was created by Gandhi's grandson. And it's a time where we get to be in this, again, practice. We get to promote peace and nonviolence. Pretty important practice this time that we're living in, yes? Yeah. So there's an opportunity, daily practices. If you go online, check out the Season for Nonviolence. They'll give you daily practices talking about implementing something. Yesterday it was on courage. I didn't look up today because I'm here. But it's about compassion, it's about kindness, it's about consideration and making these daily choices to be peaceful and to be nonviolent. And I know us as a community. I know you all pretty well. I know that you're not out there causing violence, but I want you to look at the inner edge of your own being. Where am I being violent to myself? Where am I criticizing, judging, limiting, holding myself back? I know this is an often quoted Martin Luther King quote, but I love it, so I'm going to quote it too. And it's so important always, but especially now. Martin Luther King says, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. It is so science of mind. It is so what we talked about last month. I can't see darkness and expect light. I can't be in hate and expect someone to bring love. The very experience of my inner atmosphere, my inner awareness, my inner weather and temperature, what I hold is an experience that I see through the filters, right? The perceptions, the coloring of the world of my affairs and the world of experience. And not only is it what I'm seeing, but it's what I'm adding to. I'm adding to that very energy. So I get it. It's a heavy time. I get it. There's a lot going on. And I get it. Your responsibility is to do this inner work because we are all one. We're all one. So what I change within myself, I change in the world. And again, that very awareness of violence to myself. I know I'm not the kindest person to myself. I am so kind to the people outside of me, and I can be really aware of where that inner critic is so mean. It's so mean. And then I'm surprised sometimes when I look out in the world and I say, why are people so mean? Why am I so mean to myself? These are things we get to come into contact with. So, a quote that I've said often, I'm not sure who to attribute it to, one of our teachers, Reverend Joanne, said it, but at the edge of expansion, so right, at the living on the inner edge of ourself, as we're moving through this space and place of self-growth and transformation, on the inner edge of my being, of changing and shifting, right, letting go of old ideas, letting go of judgments, letting go of opinions, being more free and liberated in my soul, on the edge of that is absolute resistance. Think of it. You've all seen the cartoons, or you've seen possibly something in nature where here comes a herd of animals, and here comes the edge of a cliff. What do? They dig their heels in. Where am I? Where are you? Where are we digging our heels into life? Where am I stopping my own expansion? And why am I doing that? The edge versus the center. Here we are in New York. Hey, New York. Hey, that's my hometown. That's my hometown. We see these buildings here. Has everyone been on a tall building? Really tall building. Have you stepped to the edge that you can with the glass? Have you looked down? How did it feel? Uncomfortable. Anyone else? Vertigo? Vertigo? Exhilarating. We have the exhilarating people, of course. There's all avenues and expressions of what that's great. And I thought, right, I was one of these edgy people. I'm unconventional. I should be the one that looks at the edge and be like, it's liberating. I was terrified. I'm so scared. Why? I'm safe right now. I'm safe. And we're always safe. We're always safe to step onto that other side, to step through the edge. I know I've mentioned this before, but trapeze artists, they can't get to the other trapeze. Hey, Drew's a trapeze artist, right? You can't get there without letting go. You have to be in that release, that let go, so I can grab and flip and do all the things that we are like, ooh, ah, as we're watching, right? They can't do it while they're holding two, because then it's just this. And we're like, that's boring. So this inner edge, it's about comfort and discomfort. It's really easy to stay comfortable, really easy to stay in my bed today. I told you if I didn't have to be here, I would be in bed. Really easy to be like, it's too cold. It's really easy to be like, I'm too scared. It's really easy to be like, it's too hard. But it's in the discomfort that we grow. It's in the discomfort that we expand. It's in the discomfort that we refine. It's in the discomfort that we are made into beautiful diamonds, created and irritated into beautiful pearls, the pearl of wisdom right already within us. Where am I resisting it? This idea of the known and the unknown. Can anything be unknown? If we believe we're one with the presence, if we believe that God is all that there is, if we believe that that infinite intelligence that knows all, sees all, is all, exists right here in the midst of me, is anything unknown? Thank you. How'd it go? No, it's not. So curiosity and compassionate with ourselves, where we come into contact with the self-judgment. Because self-judgment is contraction. Self-acceptance is liberation. We're in our seven laws of spiritual success class. It's a title that I keep fumbling around. We are going into week 5, but the law that we're studying this week is the law of least resistance. The law of least effort. Both those synonymous. And there's 3 ways in which we get to practice this. And the idea is that there is no struggle in God. There is no struggle in the divine. The struggle is that which I put on it. The struggle is that which I color life with. The struggle is that which I perceive it to be. The struggle is my history that maybe seemed hard, and I keep carrying into the present moment, and I take it with me into the future, and I wonder why I'm still struggling. It's a book by Deepak Chopra, and he says, and he quotes in this, that grass doesn't try to grow, it just grows. Flowers don't try to bloom, they just bloom. Birds don't try to fly, they just fly. And so this idea that we need to grow is a human concept that we've taken on into this physical dimension and this personality and this world in which we live. But the truth is, we are whole, perfect, and complete. We are a divine idea of this spiritual presence, and that there's only perfection. Ernest Holmes says, spirit could not possibly have any idea which is less than perfection. Anything less than this implies an imperfect spirit or something opposed to God, which cannot be. Spirit knows only the perfect and knows nothing of the imperfect. Every step of the creative activity of spirit has been characterized by perfection. The tiniest organism adheres to a perfect pattern and functions according to a perfect law. There's a perfect law. There's a perfect pattern for our life. And we get to be in the let go. We get to be in the release. We get to be putting down all of the things that are getting away for this perfect pattern to express. It's so wonderful to have free will. But look what we do to ourselves. But the good part is we can undo it. What was done could be undone. What we put on, we can take off. Like right now, I'm hot. Let's take off this coat. Okay. We can take it off. We can put it down. So we get to stop running from discomfort and welcome it as sacred ground. Welcome it as a holy space, as a holy time. Light a candle. Do something to honor this discomfort, but sit still. Howard Thurman is our book of the month, The Inward Journey, and he talks about the inward journey, right? This inner edge of our expansion, this inner edge of our growth. It is about turning inward. It is about becoming still. It's becoming quiet. It's becoming courageous enough to face that which is within our being, because in the facing, there is transformation. In the acceptance, there's the liberation we're talking about. Because if I'm not in acceptance, I'm in resistance. And if I'm in resistance, I'm in struggle. And if I'm in struggle, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. And so the science of mind lets us know that it's not this inner life, it's creative. We know that. And the life is mirroring to us our experience. We're not being punished. It's showing us the way. So if I'm in self-judgment, and then I look out in the world and I experience struggle, limitation, it's because that's going on within me. So this is about self-love. It's about self-acceptance. It's about self-forgiveness. To return to the law of least effort, it's about that opportunity. That's one of the things is acceptance. The first step of least effort is to accept. The second step is a responsibility, knowing that we have the ability to respond and that it's our responsibility to look at what is unfolding in our life and what's my reaction. My responsibility is to look at my reaction and to understand that my reaction is because of what I'm feeling. Like I said, I was having a reaction with JC. We had an experience, and I realized I was feeling a certain way, and he was feeling a certain way, right? But what was seeding my reaction was my feelings of, God, he doesn't understand me. He doesn't know what I'm talking about. Why doesn't he see my point of view? I can't be in conversation. I can't be in connection. I can't be in, I want to transcend this and transform this, and I want to understand this if I'm only in reaction. And the last part of the law of least effort is defenselessness. I do not need to defend my point of view. It frees up so much energy. Do you feel that? If I don't defend myself, it doesn't mean that I don't believe myself. I don't stand in my beliefs. I don't stand in my truth. I don't waste my time defending it. This is definitely something I've taken on as being a minister in these teachings. I'm not out there proselytizing. I'm not taking people in saying, you got to come here because you got to believe what we believe because this is the way. No, I let it organically flow. I let it organically flow through conversations. I listen to what people are going through, and then I bring up my own personal experience of how I move through. I'm not defending. I'm not proselytizing. I'm not saying this is the only way. I'm saying I'm here for you, and I listen, and how can I support you? Not defending. A quote for Howard Thurman It's a little bit of a long one, but we don't have our slides, which is fine. So let's take it all in. He says, it's a wondrous thing that is a decision to act. A decision to act releases energy in the personality. For days on end, a person may drift along without much energy, having no particular sense of direction, and having no will to change. Then something happens to alter that pattern. It may be something very simple. It may be something inconsequential. And in itself, it may be inconsequential, but it stabs awake, it alarms, it disturbs. And in a flash, one gets a vivid picture of oneself, and then it passes. The result is a decision. In the wake of a decision, yes, even as part of the decision itself, energy is released. The act of decision sweeps all before it, and the life of the individual may be changed forever. What does that mean? That means, again, science of mind teaching, just the thoughts, just making an inner decision, making an inner shift, turning my attention to something else. A whole powerful wave of energy already goes out. And a moment of clarity comes as a possibility. It comes. And we're forever transformed. Now, it doesn't mean we don't do the work. We have to follow through with the steps. But I'm letting you know that all the heavy lifting, all of the heavy clearing, all of this thing to make the way has already been made. We are made new in that very moment with that decision. All the potential, all the possibility available right there. If something isn't happening in our life after that decision was made, that's where we do the inner work. Where in me is the resistance? Where in me is the wall? Where in me is the retraction, the return back to my little self? Where in me is the denial of that idea that just came through? I know each of you who are here has had the divine inspiration of God. I know it's flown through you. I know it's hit you like a light bulb. I know it has because it's what it does. So I want to bring up there's so many people, but we have a whole month to do it. Who can we acknowledge for Black History Month? And not that Martin Luther King and all of the amazing people aren't fantastic at all of the civil rights movements they've done, but I'm bringing it a little lighter here, and I wanted to talk about Sidney Poitier. Do you know him? Have you seen his movies? Fantastic. So now, Sidney Poitier was a young man. He was entering Hollywood, and he was surrounded by pressure. Now, the pressure was, here are the parts you can play. Caricatures, demeaning natures of the black individual on screen. Now, he was an individual who came from immense poverty. He was working in New York. He was working as cleaning the dishes, working really hard to survive and to do what he was moved to do and to act. So it's hard to say no. But there's an awareness that was there is if I accept this role, who am I agreeing to be? And so he said no to those roles. He said no to what was available. And he shifted from the reactive identity to a creative identity. From letting the world name him, frame him, define him, and to consciously naming himself. So can there really be true success without integrity? This is an individual that was in integrity with who and what he was. The dangling of money, the dangling of power, the dangling of fame, the dangling of easiness was in front of him, but he said, this isn't who I am. This isn't going to serve me. This isn't going to serve those that I represent. This isn't going to serve humanity itself in changing the idea of what the black individuals have been represented of. So he refused those roles, and in that expanded the minds of all of us, of those in Hollywood, of those who are watching, and was a representation of his own very community of Black excellence on the screen. He refused to internalize an image that was smaller than his spiritual identity. And in that, he pretty much was saying, this is who I am, and I will not shrink myself to fit the world. And so I brought that up for you because here we are on a stage, a magnificent stage, for a magnificent show that is doing the same thing, that's bringing an idea, that's presenting it into the world, that's offering a new thought, a new way, a new conversation, a new awareness for individuals, or those who are even here, an awareness that they already had. There was tears in the audience. There was movement because their story was represented. It's a powerful thing to be a part of. And I want you to know that you're not here to audition for life. You are here to author it. And so it is. All right. This is our time of giving, and our ushers, we're all being so flexible and wonderful. They have to be flexible with how are we going to offer our baskets? We'll figure it out, right? That's what we do. We adjust. We're malleable. We are excited by change. So thank you in advance for what you bring forth, what you give to us with your time, your talent, your tithe. That which you're bringing forth as energy in motion, a divine idea that has been imprinted and printed on this very paper. This paper has no value. The value is the value that we give it. And the value we give it is one that has the power. And that power for you to put that very paper, that very denomination, that very energy into this basket, that very energy into this center is what continues to help this be an expanded state of consciousness that is the opportunity and space for all to move past their own inner edges and continue to grow and expand. That's what you do when you offer us some money and offer us all that you give in any form of energy. So we appreciate you. We thank the TPL members who give on a consistent basis. Those names will be highlighted as they come up. Oh, we don't have a screen. Whoops. I'm in my rope thing. There's a screen behind you if you want to look for your name. Thank you online. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for participating with your energy, and thank you for your giving.
There was a time in my life I thought I'd have to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. Now I can say if you're discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go. Let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in my spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release, come on, and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in my spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Come on. I release and I let go. Yeah. Let the Spirit run my life. And my yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light.
Thank you, Gary. It's Gary's birthday today. Hey! Happy birthday, Gary. I'm just going to give a moment to Gary because I met Gary a few years ago. And he came into this center and he attended our prayer workshop. And he was going through a diagnosis. And he worked this truth in his life. And he is healthy and whole. Because he took the teachings, he embodied it, he implemented it in his life, and he had a transformation, inner and outward. Thank you for doing the work. Yeah, thanks for letting us be on that journey with you. So it's from this space of gratitude for all the relationships in our life, all of the ways that God shows up and surprises and delights us, through the way in which love and harmony and balance and wholeness and perfection is ever revealing itself, through the way that abundance continues to pour forth with ease, with the least amount of effort, that as we stand here in this space, as we know that there is good that is happening, that is here and now, we know that we are funded. This vision is funded for this great expansion, this great opportunity to be this living vessel, this living space for this truth to be known and realized, for individuals to come into the center and wake up to the truth of who they are, to experience it through our Sunday services, through our classes, through all the events that happen, and through the arts at CSL. There's many avenues that people can experience spirit, and there's an opportunity for us to rejoice in it. And that is the space and place in which I bless this and know that we're blessed by your giving, and so it is. All right, under these lights, I just think I need a tan. Okay. Woo. Any first-time guests here? Anyone here for the hey, first-timers? Welcome. We're so glad that you're here. JC's coming around. We have a gift of mala beads you can wear or use in your spiritual practice. We have a card for you that you can fill out. You can be on our newsletter and be in the know of all that we're doing. He'll let you know how to do that. We have another individual right back here. Thank you for being here for your first time. We're so grateful for you. We know that there's many places that you could be. And of all days, you showed up on the coldest day to be with us. So thank you for sharing your energy, your life, your love, and your warmth with us. I'm done, right? Okay. Okay.
So as Reverend Tina referenced earlier, we are celebrating Black History Month. And this particular song really spoke to me as a person of color. The lyrics and the melody really, just listen to the lyrics and you'll understand where I'm coming from. This is how I feel as a person of color on this planet. If we all sing one song of love, one song of peace, one song to make all our troubles cease, one hymn, one theme, one hope, one dream. Imagine what tomorrow would bring if we all sing one song. If we all learn the words, just think how great the sound would be. And since the tune is in freedom's key, one voice you'd hear, so pure, so clear. Imagine what tomorrow would bring if we all sing It's our only home. Our only place. If we all sing one song of love, one song of peace, one song to make all our troubles cease. Imagine what tomorrow would bring if we all sing one song, yeah, one song of love, one song of peace, one song to make all our troubles cease. Imagine what tomorrow would bring. Just imagine what tomorrow would bring. Imagine what tomorrow would bring. If we all sing, if we all sing, yeah, one
Song of peace and love.
one song. I wish I would have written it.
All right. Woo. That is the Reflections. Thank you, Antonio. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, Hal. Thank you, Alejandro. And I love it. I was sitting there and I was like, they're called the Reflections. They're reflecting to us, right? The very truth of who and what we are. Oh, there's so many interwoven aspects that is always unfolding if we pay attention. My beloved practitioners and ministers who are in the house, please join me on stage. I invite you to sit with a practitioner if you haven't already. Quickly, though, because we have a practitioner meeting after this. But sit and receive a prayer. Have them speak this word of truth for and about you as you're moving through this inner edge, as you come into contact with that space and place that is just possibly discomfort, that place and space that is possibly unknown, that space and place that there's possibly fear and resistance. Let them know the truth for you. Allow them to be the wind beneath your wings so you can fly into a greater expression of who and what you are. Yowzas. Will you pray us out?
Wow. I am wowed, and I know each one of us are wowed by Spirit and all that Spirit is bringing forth into this place. As we say our closing prayer today, let's bring this little idea and make it big and balloon it out into the world, affirming that we truly are one. And as I release this now with gratitude and thanksgiving, I know that we move through our day, our week, our month, our year in joy, and we are love in action, and so it is.
And so it is. Let's all stand up for our final song, This Is My Wish.
This is my wish for the world, that peace will find its way to every boy and girl. This is the time for harmony. Let love be the song.
Happy Sunday. Have a wonderful week.
Handsome, smart, beautiful prayers.
Yes, sexy.
Yeah. A gorgeous husband.